let me bring out our next guests who I am honored to say are filling in. Marna Kay was going to be with us tonight, but she had an obligation in Albuquerque. So I do want to promote that the Phoenix Zine Fest is happening October 23rd, Sunday the 23rd at the Ice, speaking of ice baths, at the Ice House. The Phoenix Zine Fest, first annual Phoenix Zine Fest will happen. So Marna was going to come on and talk to us about that, but she's actually representing the Phoenix Zine community at a show in Albuquerque. So I am honored and appreciative to say that we have our first return guests to Phoenix tonight. You remember them from our very first episode. They are Phoenix's Simpsons Trivia Nights organizers. JRC and Diana Wells are here. Cool. Thank you guys for coming back to the show. I really appreciate it. You can see that your gift of David Letterman's Late Show Fun Facts book adorns our coffee table every episode. So I really do appreciate that and your support of the show. You guys are coming from a trivia night tonight. You just had one. So they're putting in overtime, folks. Can you please? Thank you. So how'd it go? You're at the Coronado now.
Yeah. Packed house tonight. We had about half of a new crowd, and some of our regular attendees kicked butt and took first place. They teamed up, two of our big head-to-head guys.
Was it the Clute?
Yes.
He's there often. So next month's guest, the Clute, is actually probably your long-standing champion.
He wins almost every time.
Wow.
He's always the top three.
Would you say that his knowledge, he's not here so we can talk a little trash. Would you say that his knowledge of The Simpsons surpasses yours? Or is he inspired by your knowledge of The Simpsons to glean from it as much as he can?
He does very well across the categories we ask, but Simpsons knowledge can be strangely compartmentalized depending on how you watch the show, what your interests are, characters or quotes and things like that.
Sure.
There were some questions we had tonight that I thought were really easy, but stumped most of the people there.
Wow. Can you give me an example of one of those? Let's see if I could get an easy one by your standards.
Okay. I feel that this is a really classic and quotable line.
Okay.
Nary an animal alive can outrun this.
Nary an animal alive can outrun
this. I'll give you a hint. This is from when Bart's dog gets in events at the school.
Okay. That's not coming to me either. Do you remember this at all?
Groundskeeper Willie.
Yeah, very close. He says, nary an animal alive can outrun a greased Scotsman.
A greased Scotsman, that's right.
It is quite.
And he's in the vents?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's a complete gimme, but I guess not.
Said it with the accent.
Yeah.
Do you think people would have gotten it? Because we didn't say it with the accent and because we thought it would give it away.
Absolutely, yeah. When it comes to Simpsons animal quotes, I think my favorite is when Lisa is saying, what is it, bacon and then ham and then sausage, pork is it? That's right. She's confessing that she's going to be a vegetarian, which changes her character forever in the show. And so Homer says, so you're not going to eat bacon? No, you're not going to eat sausage? You're not going to eat pork? Dad, those all come from the same animal. Sure, Lisa, some magical, mystical animal. Is that right? Yes, I got one. So I heard a smattering of applause, and I'll take it. So you came to the show tonight prepared with questions for me and our audience, thematic to the format of Phoenix Tonight, talk show-oriented questions, and then appropriate to the season also some Halloween questions for the audience, the Treehouse of Horror episodes that are perhaps the most beloved.
Yeah.
All right.
We wrote this talk show category just for you.
Okay.
So this actually has a word bank.
Okay.
I guess some of the writers of The Simpsons must be big talk show fans because they show up on the show a lot. Jay Leno, David Letterman, Johnny Carson, Conan O'Brien, and Steve Allen. These are the answers you have to choose from.
5 choices that you have.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So our first question. When Bart appears on this person's talk show during his fleeting I didn't do it fame, he is told that only the host may dance.
Okay, so in traditional game show fashion, I will share with the audience my internal monologue to kill some time. So let's see, of the 5 choices you gave me, the host most likely spry enough to dance would be Conan O'Brien. So,
Correct.
Conan O'Brien, I got it. Okay.
You know,
Thank you.
it says in the commentary of that episode that the Conan O'Brien show was a really new thing, and they were taking a risk by including it on the show because nobody knew if it was going to last. And of course, Conan was a writer on The Simpsons, writing some of the most famous episodes.
The monorail episode, I
Correct,
remember.
yeah.
Of course, okay.
All right, question
All right.
2.
Question 2.
So now, do I understand then that Conan will not be
Yeah.
He will
a
not
future
show up
answer?
again.
Okay.
Okay.
So now you're down to David Letterman, Jay Leno, Johnny Carson, and Steve Allen.
Okay.
All right.
Word bank.
Question 2. After Krusty flops spectacularly at an alternative comedy show and goes on a bender, Bart and this talk show host help him get back on his feet.
Okay, so of the remaining talk show hosts, the one that would champion himself as an advocate for stand-ups would be Jay Leno.
Correct.
All right.
All right.
Wearing his
2 for 2.
Canadian tuxedo. All right, I'm ready.
All right,
Number
so
3.
this next one might be a little harder because it doesn't really, the question doesn't have to do with talk shows, but maybe you'll remember this bit.
Oh, okay.
According to The Ultimate Pog, this talk show host is the inventor of the Pog.
Oh boy.
There's a giant Pog for sale at the comic book shop.
Okay.
A picture of this host on it, claiming that he invented the Pog.
And my options are Steve Allen, Carson, and Letterman.
Yes.
The inventor of the Pog. Some would argue that Steve Allen is the inventor of the talk show format, as I have utilized it here. But I will say Johnny Carson for the more mainstream reference.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh!
No. You should have gone with your gut. It was Steve Allen.
All right, Steve Allen it is. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And Alf, of course, was back in Pog form.
Yeah.
That episode or in another episode?
I think it was a different episode.
Different
Okay.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fans of Pogs too, the Simpsons writers.
Yes.
All right.
They latch on to every good, long-standing, enduring cultural icon. Something that we're never going to forget.
Absolutely.
Speaking of people we're never going to forget, this talk show host lists a 1987 Buick Skylark over his head on the Krusty Comeback Special.
That is Carson.
Yes.
That's Johnny Carson, of course.
Yes, he can.
Very cool.
Very good.
The last one would be Letterman, but let's hear it then.
Oh, well, process of elimination,
Absolutely.
but this would be a hard one. The question is, this talk show host appears only in a couch gag.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he
Letterman. Yeah.
wasn't actually on the show, but in one of the credit scenes, they're sitting on the couch ready to watch TV, and then Dave Letterman leans over. They're like on his couch on a show.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak, so Letterman himself didn't
No, he doesn't
guest
say
on the
anything.
show.
Yeah,
Wow, very
they
cool.
said in the commentary that they included in there, because this was during the time when, or shortly after when Leno and Carson were sort of battling out for who, or Leno and Letterman were battling for who was going to inherit the Tonight Show, and they were definitely in Letterman's
the
camp,
Letterman
and they
camp.
just wanted to put that out there.
Wow, making that statement. Very cool.
Oh, we have something for you.
Oh,
Doing so
boy.
well on our quiz.
Yeah.
You've got your show
Hey.
business legend.
Hey, hey!
So this actually moves. There's a little switch here you can pull.
Oh, okay.
It says tonight.
Tonight's show is gonna bite. It says that's awesome. Thank you very much.
That's not an indictment, it's just crusty.
Well, no, but very cool. So this will now, of course, remain a fixture on the desk like everything else. So every time you guys visit now, I will expect a gift, and it will be a part of our set dressing. So
We're gonna
now,
load you down with so much stuff.
because that's what I need, more stuff. Okay, so now we're going to ask the audience some questions.
Yeah. Oh, and we have some more little toys. If you get an answer right.
Ooh.
So these range from easy
gasps
to
of
good luck.
Delight.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, he has a
Got a little
base.
stand, doesn't he?
There we go. Of course, my favorite Simpsons character of all time comes from a Treehouse of Horror episode, Hugo,
Oh yeah.
Bart's
Sinister
sinister
twin.
Siamese twin. What do you
Yep.
call that? Siamese twin?
Conjoined twin.
and
That's
they
the
separate.
appropriate way to say it
Oh,
these
excuse
days.
me. Conjoined twin Americans. Okay, so we'll just share
Yeah.
these, and then if you know the answer, shout it out, and you can come receive a Simpsons figurine as a prize.
All right, in the first ever Treehouse of Horror, Lisa tries to scare Bart with a poem. Name that poem.
The Raven.
It's a, yes, The
The
Raven.
Raven.
Yeah, choose anyone, sir. Nice work.
I'm somehow not surprised he would be familiar with the works of Edgar Allan Poe.
All right, in Homer Cubed, this is the one where it's three-dimensional. If you remember that, he goes through a portal and everything's in 3D. At the end of that, Homer falls into the real world and wanders into this type of shop.
Is it an erotic cake store?
Yes.
And again, I'm somehow not surprised that this guy would know about a cake shop.
You frequent many erotic cake shops, sure. How many do we have in Phoenix? How many erotic cake shops?
I don't think we have any.
Seven?
Do we?
7 erotic cake shops here in the valley.
We're keeping him as business as best we can.
They're all in South Phoenix.
Question 13.
You love him more now.
In Time Toaster, what advice is Abe shown giving Homer on his wedding day? We won't expect an exact
to jog
quote.
your memory, this is the one where Homer has a toaster that makes him travel back in time to the dinosaurs, and then depending on what he does or doesn't do, he goes back to his real life and it has changed.
If you ever get the chance to go back in time, don't touch anything.
Yes. Very
There,
good.
We'll take it. Come on
You
back
can
up.
have another one if you want.
Wow, he wins again.
I didn't have friends.
It doesn't surprise me that this guy knows about not touching things.
And that episode, that installment ends with the everybody having like lizard tongues, and
Yeah.
he says close enough.
Yeah.
Talk about, when you guys ask these questions, I forget how much I knew about The Simpsons. I remember how much I've forgotten about The Simpsons.
It's
Yeah.
definitely part of our cultural heritage. I think
Absolutely.
As we mentioned last time. In fact, that information, don't step on anything, was given to me on my wedding day. By, not my father, but a father figure when we got married.
I talked a friend into, I made him memorize that line and then approach him at some point.
Awesome.
And it's advice I keep in mind to this very day.
Wow. Which is interesting because as a comic book guy, my dad told me on my wedding day, criminals are a cowardly and superstitious lot. Now, I don't know what he was talking about when it came to marrying.
Now, did
People,
your
but-
wife wear pearls? Don't go to the movies. Don't go to the movies.
Good advice.
This is going over my head, whatever it is you guys are talking about. Okay, in Easy Bake Coven, this is the bit that is about the times of the Salem witch trials. Which character is wearing the Scarlet A?
I have a guess.
No.
I figured someone.
Mr. Bopple.
Mrs. Krabappel,
That would have
yes.
been my guess.
Whoever,
Do we
whoever
have it
said
first?
Mrs.
Do we have it?
Krabappel.
Somebody said it first over here.
Get your choice. You've got one or two Barts to pick
I'm
from.
surprised the Barts are left. How far we've come.
Yes, all right, so one more. And this is actually also talk show adjacent as well, so.
Yeah. In Starship Poopers,
That's the one where it turns out Maggie was fathered by an alien.
the Simpson family appear on what syndicated talk show? Speaking of edgy TV.
Yeah, they're hashing it out over,
Last call with Carson Daly.
No.
I forget his name all of a sudden. Jerry Springer?
yes.
Yes. And our last Bart, an off-brand white-shirted Bart. Enjoy.
Mexican bootleg Bart, everybody. Wow, very cool. So you guys host your trivia night. Is it every month or every other month?
Pretty much
Pretty
every
much.
month.
Every month. Maybe you skip the warmer months is what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
I think we skipped one. We skipped August.
Okay.
Or no, we did August. We skipped September. And then sometimes if it gets around the holidays, we might bypass that because everybody's just too busy,
Sure.
shopping and stuff.
So do you have November's date in mind already?
I wish, no.
No, but they
Probably
can.
like the second week.
Okay, so they could check out your website for more information, which is Flim Springfield.
FlimSpringfield.net.
So it's film, but with the I and L.
Yes, we don't need proper spelling. It's a website so good, we don't need proper spelling.
And it is a reference. That's a Simpsons
Yeah,
reference.
it is.
It's the Radioactive Man movie episode.
With, is that the one with director Steven Spielbergo?
No.
No.
No, that was the Mr. Burns movie.
Yes, okay, yep, okay.
Yeah, we started the website to one of our hobbies is recasting popular and famous movies with Simpsons characters, and so we thought, hey, we could probably entertain dozens of people.
Absolutely.
With this on the website, and so we once every 2 or 3 months we try to come up with a new movie, and because it's election season, we're working on recasting Mr. Smith Goes to Washington with Simpsons.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
Very cool. And people can find that again at flimspringfield.net?
Net, yes.
.net, very cool.
Yeah, we'll post a recap of the last trivia show. We'll put up some sample questions and announce the date when we have it.
Very cool. Thanks again for filling in. I really appreciate it. And I'm honored that you guys are my first repeat guests. I probably would have asked you to do that in advance sometime in the future anyway, but it just worked out that it happened.
Always happy to come.
In time.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
JRC and Diana.